on to you, Sagittarius. So you have the Nine of Cups, the Lovers, and then you, Sagittarius, have the Queen of Wands. So let me pull this up closer. So for you, Sagittarius, right? Basically, the joke is on someone else thinking of you like you are lesser than, and essentially, you know, their own desires to be a parasite is playing games with them. It's really not doing them a good, because the mentality that they have is that you, Sagittarius, essentially can't do anything for them. And what I tell you, Sagittarius, is allow them to think that. Allow this person to think however it is that they want to think. Allow them to think that they can't tell you anything, you don't have anything for them. Allow them to think that, because that's not necessarily true at all. But they're parasites. No matter who they get with, no matter who they talk good about, whether they talk good about them, bad about them, is irrelevant. They're trying to use everybody. So the mere fact that this person is telling you off is a good thing, right? Rejection is the divine's protection, right? Especially, and you know that it's true, especially if you, Sagittarius, are actually people that really bring value to the table, and then the person tells you no, they don't want to rock with you because of X, Y, and Z, then it really is protection. Because especially if you don't have any kind of real deal breakers, right? Obviously you have flaws, but you don't have deal breakers. You know that it's protection, because there's nothing wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing severely wrong with you. Yeah, you know, you may have tendencies that people get annoyed with. I have tons of tendencies that people get annoyed with too. You know, everyone does. You know, this is why I talk about being flawed, being a flawed human being, right? Versus being a person that is dysfunctional. It's two distinctly different things. Flaws, you'll be in a relationship with somebody, you'll get on their last nerve with some of the things that you do. But there's things that they do that get on your last nerve. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here with that, right? It's the fact that both of those things will happen. And that's not something that necessarily you can control per se, right? Yes, you can stop doing it, but it's what makes you you. And everyone has annoying tendencies. You just have to learn to not allow it to get on your nerves or anything like that, right? Or to you know, have you make terrible decisions behind it. Deal breakers is what makes you pitiful. Deal breakers is what makes somebody incapable of doing something that they are supposed to be able to do, like be in a relationship, talk to people. People who have deal breakers, they can't talk to people, they don't know how to get along. These are the type of people who are very paranoid. You interact with them, they can't go to a library without getting into a loud argument with a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't go to an outing, whether it's at a lounge or whatever, without getting into a disagreement with somebody there. Nobody is at odds with them, but they need to pick some sort of disagreement with somebody, no matter how small it is. That's a deal breaker. That's a dysfunction, because what it says is you can't take these people anywhere. So, you know, let them think whatever it is that they're gonna think about you, Sagittarius. For real, for real. The Empress and the Seven of Wands, okay? Because they're out to use people. And obviously you don't want to be used. So sometimes, and this is something that I learned myself, it's best for you to not always have to be the winner, you know what I mean, of every popularity contest. The Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, they've got their own problems that they are working, they've got their own problems. And with this moralism stuff, this is why I don't deal with it, because who's to say that, and I heard somebody talk about this before, shout outs to Crimson Cure, excellent observation. You know, Crimson Cure said this, and she put it quite elegantly, right? Excellent way that she observed this detail. Who's to say that this person's dysfunctions isn't their way of attaining consciousness? See, this is why I don't get down with the whole moralism of too much about what a person should be doing and stuff like this. I speak about how it is to know what is what, how to stay away from it, how you can stay away from it, why you should stay away from it. So I don't really get down into the moralism. So I'm saying all that to say that it's not you, Sagittarius' job to be saving people out here, right? It's no one's job to save anybody else. Everybody got to learn to save themselves on a spiritual sense, right? So it's the same thing here. You know, you Sagittarius have to look out for yourself. If a person, you know what I mean, don't try to use your mental, spiritual, emotional, financial resources chasing up on after them and all of that, because at the end of the day, who's to say that what they're going through, them being a parasite, going into people's lives, parasitizing off of them, isn't their way of awakening? Who's to say that that's not their form of them being put on a path where they're being shocked or scared out of this type of lifestyle? You know, I mean, this is the reason why reincarnation exists after all, right? Because you have to come down here and you have to experience why not being a criminal is a good thing. Why not doing that type of stuff is a good thing, right? Or why not being this way to this particular extent is a good thing, right? So the things that the Eight of Swords and the Star card right here represents, and since that's the case for you, Sagittarius, you know that your spirituality and your journey is different, and it's taking you, and the thing is that who you Sagittarius are becoming is a very unpredictable, undefined type of thing for yourselves, because you don't know what this newfound level of spirituality and wisdom and knowledge that you are attaining look like. You haven't experienced that yet, or maybe you have, but these are instances in which prior to were rare. Now you're existing in this whole new form of existence. And the Star card in the World represents, this is what the arrow for Sagittarius represents. That arrow, that sigil, that symbol for Sagittarius, that bow and the arrow pointing upwards, represents the direction in which you're supposed to go. It's supposed to represent the true north, or the north node. It's supposed to represent that, yeah, we're born into a physical body, but the person is supposed to get in touch with their soul, right? That's why the arrow is pointing up, right? And then not only that, but it also represents when we make the transition, it also represents that we're out of here, right? When we make that physical transition. So the point that I'm trying to make here is you Sagittarius are lucky enough to actually start making that spiritual transition now, instead of having to reincarnate over and over and over and over again and learn the lesson. You getting it now. You getting it in this lifetime, right? You don't have to be the center of attention. Can you imagine the people who never grow out of that mentality that they're the center of attention ever? Can you really imagine the people who have that type of mentality? You can tell that they're coming back here. You know what I'm saying? So let's clarify the World card. And the thing about it is that, truth be told, it's a sad thing. So you Sagittarius should really just kind of feel bad for them in one sense. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Sun card, and the Moon. To clarify the World card. They're you know, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, they're going to regret the fact that they didn't make a very good decision later on down the road, because they're looking to use people right now. These people that you were getting to know recently, they're looking to use people. And that rejection was supposed to get you into an anger where you compete, right, to get this person. But all it's going to actually do is get you used. This is why I said it. You have to manage said ego, because especially when it comes to dating, you have to manage your ego, because with these dating coaches, not just the dating coaches, I'm not picking on them, right? But I'm bringing you the knowledge. But not just the dating coaches, but with the like the pop the balloon shows and everything, and like these types of social media perspectives, right? You have to check your ego, because your ego will have you pumped up to be used. And what I mean by that is, if a person tells you no and they're dysfunctional, that's a good thing. But what you'll have is, you'll have people who will take it personally that they got rejected, but they're not really paying attention to the situation. Like, maybe this person rejecting you was actually a good thing, because this person isn't planning on being in relationships. They're lying about being in relationships. They're looking to use everybody. They're not serious about actually being in a relationship with anybody like that. They're looking to use everybody. So you, Sagittarius, understand that you can't take that stuff personally. The sun and the moon, right? And in their proper places, mind you. The sun and the moon represents how it's about that duality. It's about that you, Sagittarius, whole new plane of existence, whole new plane of wisdom. That this rejection that you feel, a lot of you Sagittarius understand that it's just a matter of the ego. And that you won't allow that ego to get you caught up into anything, where you're trying to win this contest to getting good with somebody that ultimately is going to use you. But that's it. A lot of you Sagittarius are just getting a lot more wise to like the set traps that a lot of people have laid out for the people who are not really conscious of what they're doing. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subs. I'm at 15,000. I'm almost at 15,100 already. But please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And I just want to say thank you to all the zodiac signs, whoever's watching this, appreciate it.